Hello everybody, and this is Rick, and I happen to be low on bubblegum. This is State of Decay 2, starting the tutorial. It's right when you first start out. You're going to be here. Normally you'd have a couple people here, but I had to start the community and save, and come back to it. So, depending on which map you are, you're always just a little bit away from your home. Right there, your first base. Anyway, really quickly, just looking at what we have on the screen, you'll notice the mini-map on the lower left-hand corner. Let's see, left stick moves the character, right stick moves the camera. Besides the mini-map, you'll see two bars. One is blue, which is stamina. The other is red, which is your health. Next up, we have some constables, things that are in your backpack that can be used. Moving around, you're going to be at a jog. Left stick, you can sneak. This reduces how visible you are. Zombies see in a cone, fairly front. Behind them, and with the Y button. Oh, there are my people. Here we go. Moving along. Let's see. So as far as movement goes,
Another day's gone by,
stick,
and I haven't used algebra.
click it, and you sneak. Click again to toggle it off. You use the left bumper, you sprint. This does take stamina up. You can see bars
We're on the way.
X button performs a melee attack. You can just keep on wailing away. Something to note, zombies in this game, with the exception of basically juggernauts and to some extent ferals, they do not have hit points.
Lots of them headed this way.
Basically, you are, every weapon has a certain lethality rating. And you are attacking until that rating triggers. There's a percentage chance, and once it does, it performs a headshot and kills them. Let's see, slashing weapons tend to have higher lethality but lower durability because your weapons can break with usage. And blunt weapons tend to have a lower lethality but higher knockdown power, which is great for crowds. You can knock people over and get away or execute them while they're down. Stealth. Quick pro tip on moving quickly while in stealth. The B button is the dodge. Press it hold down, and it normally does not trigger their awareness. Y button to execute. You can execute them behind a zombie, execute them near their head while they're on the ground. They're vulnerable, like this one right here. Up Y. That is one of the slow executions.
Sooner I finish this shit,
A
sooner I
button
get
will
back
hop
home.
over certain obstacles. This is our first base. It showed us on the map. The map can be accessed by pressing the view button. Zoom in and out. You can move around with the left stick. Either way, this is our first base.
A little spit and polish and we could live
I'm
here.
going to press the up on the directional pad. Use my flashlight. One. Oh, she's a fast mover. Maimed him. Took both of his limbs off.
I got some unwanted company.
The mini map in green zone and standard zone, it will show you. You see the yellow dot? It will show you zombies. On dread and nightmare difficulty, it does not.
Oh, I like that
Something
idea.
to remember. Any base, once you cleared it out, you'll notice that it went from a darker color, I believe it was like kind of an orange shaded, to now it is white and gray outside the building. This is what you're looking for, is the lantern and this little flag symbol, and it shows right here with the Y button, claim the home site. Now normally it'll tell you at the bottom here, the requirements, how many people. As you can see, 3, it only requires 1. And any other base other than your first starting base will have an influence cost. Influence is basically a currency in the game. Basically, as you kill certain amounts of zombies, as you kill all the freaks, which are the special zombies, as you accomplish missions and do various things like that, clearing infestations and clearing plague hearts, you will gain influence, and it can be used to purchase things. Include outposts. It can be purchase your bases and purchase items from other enclaves, and call in radio commands as well to assist you. So any other base is going to have an influence cost. This one does not, because you have to have somewhere to start. So we will claim the home site. Yes. Let's talk about inventory.
Our first priority has to be gathering materials. We'll need them to improve this place.
Inventory a little bit. You
Need
can
some eyes out there. You
press
look for it?
down on the D-pad. It brings up your inventory. Now you'll notice, see at the very top shows left bumper, then 3 symbols, and right bumper. You can switch between your character sheet and radio commands. Going back to inventory, under that is the actual weight of the character is carrying. It'll go from green to yellow to red. Green will be light encumbrance, yellow will be medium encumbered, and red will be heavily encumbered. All of that influences how much stamina they use when they do anything. Under equipment, these 4 are always going to be set. Upper left is going to be your close combat weapon. It has no durability, it will not break, it has no stats. It's something that every character has on them. You can change close combat weapons. It makes no difference in the game. All it is their the graphics. That's all it is cosmetic. Now your melee weapon, you will always have a slot that will give stats: your impact, dismember, chance, lethality, speed, max durability, knockdown, quietness, and ease of use. Speed is going to be how quickly you will be attacking with it and getting successive, repetition of attacks in. Ease of use is very important. The higher it is, the less stamina it costs. So high ease of use weapons are very important for prolonged combats. Other than that, lethality, how often it will kill something when attacked, and your knockdown is extremely important for blunt weapons, for taking crowds and other zombies around and basically giving yourself some breathing room. Max durability, again, will influence how many times you can hit things. It'll go yellow, and an icon will appear in the lower right-hand side of the screen, letting you know it's getting close to breaking. And then if it actually does break, it'll go red, and your character will revert to their close combat weapon if you do not equip them another melee weapon. Ranged, for once you have a ranged weapon, we'll go there. We'll get more into that as we find a gun. And then this right here is the rucksack, and I wanted to point this out because I didn't completely understand this concept when the game first started. It took me a short while to get it, and then I was like, okay, all right, I got it. Basically, any other items that you have, like in pockets, everybody always has pockets, and then you have to have here in this backpack, you have a backpack equipped to have these backpack slots. But these are items, equipment, consumables, mods for your facilities, things like that. Anything that you can carry and use will be right here. Rucksacks are a little bit different. Rucksacks are resources. And if you look at the upper left-hand corner where it says home status, it shows a meh face. It's stable morale. So right now they're not happy, they're not sad, it's just they're stable. Resources on the top, left to right. The pizza slice is food. Your survivors will consume food every day. It's normally about 1 food per person. It can change with the difficulty levels. It does change. By the time you get to Nightmare, your people are consuming a lot more. The cross, universal symbol for medical, that's your medicine. And medicine is important because, you use it for a lot of things. For, whether it's to make items to heal your characters with, making plague cures, just having an infirmary itself takes medicine every day. The bullets are, of course, ammunition. As you can see, we are out right now. Next, the 3 blocks is materials, as in building materials. That is used mainly, almost exclusively, for constructing facilities within your base and upgrading them. After that, the fuel canister shows your actual total amount of fuel. Now, in this case, what I picked up out of that pickup truck was, as you can see, the pizza on the back. The rucksack is food. So, something I'll point out, this is one of the things that confused me. So the rucksack can only be carried in that slot, and only one of them can be carried by a character at any point in time. When you have a follower, you can normally talk to them and switch, either hand them a rucksack or take their rucksack. Now you sit there and, oh look, well I have a bag of snacks right here. Well, doesn't that count as food? It, in this case, it's an item that gives you stamina back. It can briefly relieve starvation if your characters are starving, but it is not a food resource. It is just counted completely separately. So let's go over here. I can deposit 3 food. It gives me the option because this is our storage area in this base. So I'll press the Y button, and if you watch my icon, several
Always
things are going
feels
to
good to
happen.
stock
First
up.
of all, food goes up by 3. It says I deposited 3 food. It also says plus 5 influence. So I've just gained 5 influence. Let's see. We have 2 other characters here at base. Where are they hiding? The diamonds normally show you they're probably downstairs. Downstairs, yeah, here's one. We're just
Come
gonna
with me
take
if you're not afraid of a little trouble.
a person just because.
You're the boss.
There is another rucksack. I believe it was food also. Normally you can go in and out of the gates in the base, but also areas that don't have barbed wire or fortifications over the top, you can press A to just hop
That place
over.
might have good stuff to find.
We're going to run over here. Running is good. Something I should cover looking at skills. Let's go over to the character sheet. The heart is health. The blue running man is your stamina. It'll talk a little bit about that as you highlight it. As you can see, he's taken 8 points of damage, but that's only damage that'll be recovered when he rests or if I use certain items or take certain actions. Standing is basically you go from recruit to citizen to hero. Your
is that
3
through here?
starting characters, or 4 if you
me.
go through the tutorial, will have, they'll start out as citizen. Everybody else you recruit will start out as a recruit. They have to go advance to a citizen
Well,
before you can
better
see a
than
little bit
nothing.
more about them. Now in this case I'm looting. Right here, Y to loot, and this is left bumper for faster. So what you do is you hold down the left bumper,
Not
it
bad.
switches faster. Ooh, and there's the fuel I wanted. If there's a chance of you knocking stuff over and making a lot of sound when you fast search, and that could be a very real danger because sound.
Better get ready for this.
There it is on the left. If you look at the mini map, it shows you. It'll show you. You'll see sound waves for almost any action. There we go. And the higher the difficulty, the more sound, the more any action creates sound.
Hands
So-
are twitching.
By the time you start getting into dread and nightmare using firearms, it's often a very real. Oh, here's a perfect opportunity. I found a rucksack of food, so I'm going to say, "Hey, where are you, Judith? Let's talk to you." She says, "Have you managed tracking down and building materials?" No, we will. We're going to do that. But here, you take this rucksack, and I am going to grab this one, and we're going to run back to base. Looting is extremely important in this game, especially starting out. Another thing I was starting to tell you. Continuing on with character sheet, standing. So that changes you from recruit to citizen. See, at this point it tells us our hero bonus and what type of leader they are. You won't be able to see what type of hero bonus they get until they're a citizen. So at first when you get recruits, like, well, I don't know what it is yet. We get to know them a little bit better. We'll find out. Now in this case, when the person gets to hero status, he will grant us +1 food for day, which is great. Traits. A lot of traits influence skills. Sometimes they're positive. This character happens to be very good. He has the positive traits when you see all the green. Resilient. So minus 40% injury severity. He tends to get actual injuries much less, which would be like broken ribs, twisted ankle, things like that, which will affect your maximum health until they are healed. He is not easily frustrated, which is good because low morale in communities makes people frustrated. When they get frustrated and morale drops even more, sometimes they get into fights, which just compounds. Things get broken, things disappear, people will actually leave your community. He also gets minus 20 or plus 20 max health, which is great. I'll always take extra health. And then we'll eat anything, minus 50% food consumed per day. Excellent. He eats less, his food requirement is lower. So let's go and run up here. Okay, so food. Press Y, deposit that. 3 more food. We're doing well on food. Come on, where's my follower? Where'd you go? Where are you? Okay, I don't know why she didn't follow me in, but normally she would not be that far away. I took the rucksack from her. Here's a key thing. Yes, you can break down rucksacks to get things. I don't like doing that. Usually don't get as much as you would otherwise. In an emergency situation, you can help. So, why? Well, but deposit the fuel. Boom. There's 4 fuel. Now, let's go ahead and manage the storage. Press the Y button. Going in here, withdraw a rucksack, so it would actually reduce my resources and give me a rucksack. This can be important. We might want to give it to a fellow enclave because they need something, and that's one of our goals. In this case, I go over here to load a gas can. +1 gas can. It costs 1 fuel, so boom. We do that. Reduces 1. The gas can is in my inventory. Good. Now the thing is that if I'd broken down that rucksack, it's a separate action that you can do. It would have given us a gas can and maybe a few Molotov cocktails. Well, in this case, I put it in the storage, got 4 fuel, and then just withdrew enough for 1 gas can. So I still have 3 fuel left in resources. Much more efficient. Go back here. Let's see. There's a 7.62 ammo. Items like this have high trade value. They're used for gaining influence. I trade them to other enclaves. They say, hey, yeah, I like it. It might be chocolate. It might
Take
be,
care of yourself now.
who knows? It could be toilet paper. Kind of echoes of COVID-19. So we're going to take this fuel can and run all the way back down to that yellow truck. There's always a vehicle in somewhat okay. Sneak up. Oh, no, she heard me. Maybe she did. Whoa, what am I doing? I hate sneaking like that. Let's just try. There we go. One more. Yep. Running down. Very important. See, I'm trying to play because you lose light quickly in this game, and things get harder in the dark. Get down to skills. Everybody has the first 4. Cardio, wits, fighting, and shooting. Cardio, you improve by running, specifically by sprinting, holding down the left bumper. As we run, the more distance we cover, it just adds to our skill experience. And what it will do is after it gets high enough, it will go to the next star. Once these skills get maxed out, they will give us options and specializations for even more benefits and to work those skills up to maximum. Wits will give you vehicles, almost all of them on the rear side. Back here on the driver's side will give you the option to fuel right there. Takes a while to fuel, so you got to have time. Make sure you're not about to be attacked. There's that rucksack I was talking about. Let's go ahead and get in. This vehicle will hold 4, maybe 6 people. I don't know why NPCs like getting in the back. Right trigger moves you forward, left trigger moves you back. You can actually press the X button for the emergency brakes. And just like your character with the flashlight, pressing up gives you the headlights. Headlights are really nice for seeing around. Does nothing with the visibility of how zombies see you with the car or not. That's all based off of sound. So we'll go ahead and stop. Upper left-hand side of the fuel gauge. Let's get back in there a second. When you're driving, upper left-hand side, they will always list the vehicle name, and they'll give a fuel gauge. Let me move off for a second. There's my fuel gauge. Okay, I move over. These are parking spaces. You have a specific amount at base. Once it says parked, go ahead and press Y to get out. What's nice about being parked is that I can sit here. Instead of running all the way over to my supply locker, I go into the trunk. Oh, this is in the vehicle. It doesn't matter if it's in the vehicle. It could be the vehicle or in my inventory right there. Another option I have when highlighted, if you look at the lower right-hand corner, it says right trigger, transfer to base. From here, I can just transfer, boom. It just goes straight into my supply locker. Or, in this case, with the rucksack. It's on me. Let's right-click it. Boom. It goes straight in to our storage. So now, we want materials because we want to build stuff in our facility. So, we go right down here. Usually there's a lot of stuff. Press or hold the X button, open your door, and
no more dead fuckers here.
When you're moving with sufficient speed and you open your door and hit a zombie, it will smash them. Doors on vehicles have a separate health count from the actual vehicle itself. After enough, they will fall off, but you're not damaging the vehicle itself. We're going to go ahead and fast search, get through these. Oh, heavy weapon.
Okay,
There are some materials we were looking for.
Great.
That will help us build something. More parts. Parts are important for fixing weapons and are required for building all sorts of different things. Okay, now back here there was a quick little military outpost, stash, whatever you want to call it.
Nothing here.
Oh, come on. Don't give me nothing. Give us a gun. There we go. First gun. If you notice on the right-hand side where the on the inventory where the ranged weapon would be, X to equip, let's just go ahead and equip it because we like having a gun. Headshots will kill something instantly. Well,
Better get ready for
most
the
things.
siege.
Just snacks. And I alerted a zombie. Alright, pro tip. Dodge through, turn around, and execute. Tends to work very well.
This place is full of crap.
Also is a decent use of stamina too. So let's get back to base. We're going to load some more gas in this. I'm going to show a little bit about base building. And once again, here, it's already on my
It's
person,
time to
but
get building.
boom, right trigger,
Either a
that
workshop
goes
or an
in.
infirmary would be a good place to start.
Parts away, shotgun shells. We'll keep the ammunition right now. Nah, I don't need it. Not really. Beetle mallet, two-handed weapon. I'm not totally sold on two-handed weapons. They're slow, they're cumbersome, they take a lot of stamina. In the right situations, they are amazing. But the other drawback to me is that they are heavy. Now this base, as you walk around, you can see basically everything within the walled area is the base. That orange border down there is showing me we can build something there. Let's get in here. I actually should have started a little of this earlier. The base screen on the upper left, you'll have your resources. I know I covered the actual resources that you get from rucksacks last time. Other things to look at is parts, which is that screw. I have 8 of them right now. The star within the circle is my influence, which can be used to purchase things, like I said before. And below that are prestige points, which is earned from playing the Daybreak version. So if you feel like grinding that so you can buy Red Talon equipment with those prestige points, or even Red Talon contractors, you can. Community. Basically, that's the amount of people in your community, the labor available, and how many extra beds you have right now. You can click on it with the A button to give you a little bit more detail. And let's see. You go to morale. Again, we're stable. We're at 0. We've got nothing positive, nothing negative right now. Effects. This will give you more detail on what different bonuses and things that are coming from applying to our community. Threat level. Basically, the more noise you make, the more people you have, the more noise they make. The more construction and everything you're doing, again, the risk goes up, the threat level goes up, and it basically the chance of you being attacked and go under siege, in which you have to deal with a zombie siege for X amount of time. Looking into the body of the map itself, right here in the center, we have the command center. Very important, it gives us +2 outposts, which we'll get into in a little bit. All your bases will have a command center. Another important thing to note, that once you upgrade it, it stays upgraded. It transfers with you to every single base you move to. So you only have to upgrade it, and do your stuff to it once, and it'll keep on going. All bases will have the command center. All bases will also have the storage. Some bases have better storages than others just because of their nature. For example, the container fort. Well, it's a bunch of containers, and so it has bonus to storage. Things like that. Anyway, beds. Beds are important. Again, ideally you want 1 bed per person. I have a surplus of 1 right now because this double bunk room gives +4 beds and we have 3 community members. Certain facilities you'll see a square down here for mods. That's for when you actually have mods like a white noise generator could go in here, some sort of heater, you know, or wood stove. Things like that will increase morale. Storage can receive mods that will normally improve their storage. This is a house. It comes with a kitchen. Kitchens have different mods, which are different types of accessories. You can put a food dehydrator in there for extra storage, or you can put like a KitchenAid, which will increase action speeds. With the kitchen, if you're low on food, you can enact rationing. I happen to, when I have a good surplus and someone, see the requirements right there, the knowledge of cooking, I like preparing feasts because I get a morale bonus and I get a stamina bonus, and I really like stamina. Having more stamina means you can run longer, you can get away from things, you can fight longer, you can do more executions in a short amount of time. It just keeps you alive and helps keep you undamaged. You can use the kitchen to make items like more snacks, nutritious snacks if you have the knowledge of nutrition. Coffee, we need water. This base right now has no water, no electricity. They're not going to die of thirst. It's just saying that there are no utilities like running water. And energy drinks. And then you can also make food. It's like, well, this is a kitchen, isn't that what you do? Well, in this case, this means like if your community is really low on food, maybe it's about to starve, you need to produce some food for your people to eat. If you look at the actual description at the bottom where the cost is, it'll cost boxes of seeds and jugs of ethanol, labor, and it's going to take you 15 minutes. So you're not going to produce a lot of them, but hopefully if you don't have too many survivors, you might actually be able to create some prevent from starvation. Normally, not too much of an issue. You should be able to loot fast enough and get your bases up and running and self-sustaining in time. Let's see, storage, got some beds. Let's see, let's go ahead and expend a 2 labor. Let's not do that yet. 2 buildings you must absolutely have. You really should. You always want a workshop. Without that, you can't repair weapons, you can't repair anything that's broken or in the process of breaking. And you also need an infirmary, because without that infirmary, you're not going to be recovering from infections, from blood plague. Your characters are going to get damaged over time and suffer more and more injuries. So, here we go, infirmary. And I have enough materials. Yes, do build a workshop. We will do both. And you can see my attack risk went up.
Keep cool.
Okay, that's a radio request. So someone just said they need help. Let's go into our map, which is the view button on the Xbox. A cure for all seasons. Okay. So they're over here. They have a request. Now, we're actually not going to go over there yet. We're going to do a few more things. In fact, we're going to get some gas. Oh, another thing. I do not have to go over there and access that facility directly. Let's go to our menu, go from the map over to base, and from here I can go directly into storage. And here's the same command, load gas can. Now in this case, because I wasn't there doing it with the character directly, that goes into our supply locker. And the supply locker, there's our gas can. We can isolate. This particular tab gives us all items. We switch over to ranged weapons, melee weapons, consumables. This is for crafting and miscellaneous items. Now, we're not going to their community yet. So first, run down here. By the way, you can run through doors. It will burst them open. It will knock down zombies on the other side of them, and it also makes noise. So when you're doing a lot of looting, and you don't want the added company, don't run through doors. Now in this case, I know this map well enough that there are a couple things that I want to do. I would like some more firearms. Firearms make me feel safe. Maybe that's because I'm an American, I don't know. Maybe it's because there are zombies around that want to eat me. But they definitely make me feel safer, and there happens to be a gun store here. with a complimentary zombie. Alright, fighting skill is up. Again, practicing those skills,
Like nobody cleaned this
whatever
stuff
you're
out yet.
doing, you practice the skills, it will eventually go up. That's how you gain experience in that skill. Ooh, Plague Zombie. He's going to have glistening blood. If he hits me, I will start getting infected with the blood plague. I do not want that yet because I have no way of dealing with the plague quite yet. I need a few more resources before we're ready for that. So, ooh. There we go. Did see him. All right. I just need to move into this area
All
over
clear.
here. Excellent. All clear. Let's talk about outposts for a moment. Outposts are, well, it's an outpost away from your base. Let's see, it showed me it requires 300 and I have 473 influence. Let's go ahead and claim it. Once you have a building all cleared out to where it turns white like I had mentioned before, in this case we can claim this as an outpost. It does several things. Yes,
Mark
I want to
this place
claim
on the
it.
map as our new outpost.
Now what I can show you over here, yeah, it shows our first outpost on the right side. And you see those that ammo icon. What this actually does is it gives us ammo collection. It gives us bonus 1 ammo per day. Resources, click on that ammo, +1 per day, and it shows right there under ammo in green, ammo outpost. So there we go. That's the first thing it does. Second thing it does is if you look on the map, we now have a safe area. It doesn't mean zombies can't come in here, but it means that they don't in this area, and they tend to not walk through it. They will, but there's a little bit of a resistance.
All that work
Game
for
kind of
this?
tends to guide them around. Also, anything if you haven't opened and looted everything yet, it automatically loots at fast speed with no chance of making noise. I'm not even hitting fast search, it's just doing that for me.
Not bad.
So let's go ahead and loot. Okay, there we go. 1022 carbine. Yes, I like that. Oh, and there's a rucksack of ammo, which I was also hoping for to take care of that problem. Oh, here's another thing. Having an outpost always gives you access to your supply locker. It's as if you were home. So, supply locker, not storage. So I can't do anything with the rucksack. Not yet. Another thing you can do is access the vehicle trunk. A lot of people tend to just fill up the trunks with rucksacks and then just keep the items on person. You can create an outpost as you go along. You have a limit on how many you can have at any point in time. Right now it's 2. That's what you start out with. But you can always remove an outpost. Now you don't get all of your influence back. You get 60% back. So if you keep doing that over time, you will lose a lot of influence. A couple more items. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. How can we get to a gun store and not have a shotgun here? These full-on items. Now, I know I could just put it in, but I could talk to her, switch characters. Let's go ahead and collect that. Have her collect what's in here. More. Okay, I will not object to shotguns and shotguns.
Everyone. That's one more project complete.
Now, let's see. 7 out of 8. Where's the last one? Looking for that flashing item, maybe in the office. Yes,
I think
indeed.
I've searched everywhere I can.
Yeah, 4 parts. This almost make you cry. Now, notice that she has 8 slots. She has a large backpack. They're heavier. They weigh 12 pounds, but allows you to carry 8 instead of 6. Let's switch back
Alright, lead
to
the way.
Nick.
Yes?
Actually, no. Let's switch
Okay,
to Judith
your
for a
lead.
bit. And here we go. We'll give her the 1911 and some rounds just in case.
Alright, lead the way.
Nick needs to unload stuff. Not going to use the shotgun yet, but I will take those 22 rounds. Rifles are fun. Once we get a little bit more ammo, we can practice. So anyway, We have our first outpost. It gives us ammo collection, gives us access to the supply locker. Also, if we need to, once I'm inside the actual outpost, I can go in and say, okay, who's here? Chloe. I can switch characters, which normally you can only do from base. So we switch characters. Let's go ahead and give her the shotgun. Now, the other nice thing is that everybody is armed. So from here we can go ahead and go see about doing our first mission. Unfortunately, I already have a good idea of what it is and what it's going to require. And no, I don't have that yet. I have to do some harvesting. Oh, that's right. They're over there. A lot of times at the beginning of the game, you're going to stick to... oh, where's the screamer? Don't see him on the map yet. A lot of times you're going to stick to the roads. When you get more familiar with maps and more comfortable with them, you'll get to the point where you can take shortcuts, drive through things.
You're gonna need both.
Going to drive around to get those guys' attention. Kind of bring them around to the front. Enclaves can be a powerful ally dealing with zombies. Press A to stomp. Oops. No, I didn't want to jump up there. Sometimes it doesn't always prioritize the attack. A is kicking. Not falling down. She's pretty tough. Let's jump behind. Right trigger to grab. And let's throw her. Wow. It's a little bit of grappling and messing around with zombies. Okay, let's get back in here. Where is... There she is. Now see, it'll say on the right hand side, it says talk to Logan, the street folk, to learn about what the group needs. So that's cavalry. There's Mike.
Yo.
Here's Logan. Our supply of plague samples has run low. If you can find more, we have fuel to trade. Okay.
The safest way to collect samples is by killing plague zombies.
Yeah, let's find
There's a
some
plague
plague
heart
zombies.
nearby. That whole area should be crawling with infected zombies.
Yeah,
Or you could just
crawling
destroy
with
the plague heart itself
zombies.
to get a bunch of samples. That's more
I do
dangerous.
not have the resources
You'd better
to take
gear
a
up
plague
and
heart
get
on right
started
now.
on this.
Well, maybe.
Helping out like this is a good way to make friends.
Have to really work it out. Plague hearts are kind of the theoretically the source of the plague zombies. You start taking out plague hearts, and the plague zombies stop appearing. They stop spawning on the map. So they're the cause of it. But the best way to actually... This is the character with the shotgun. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's be a little bit crazy. We just started out. There's a plague zombie.
Buddy, a little busy.
Oh, and there's a sample. You know what? If we can get one more... If we get one more sample... Come on. That's what I really want. One more sample, we can complete that mission. Let's see what we got in here.
I just have to get this done.
Oh, let me... There's this one. Your allies will shoot. AI has been improved, so they have a tendency to support more like that. It does cause noise, but the nice thing to remember is that allies using weapons takes no ammo. They've got an unlimited magazine. It does not deplete your ammunition. So feel free to put wonderful weapons on your allies, especially to defend the base. I should say community members. There we go. All right, buddy. Come on. Come on, where's my sample? Oh, there's a sample. Beautiful. Ooh, you almost got that in.
I'm done. Sorry that took so
I don't
long.
want any infection yet.
That's cool.
I've been dealing with some developed communities for a while, and starting out for the beginning is a little bit refreshing. So, back across here. Running through fences like that, as long as they break, does not damage the vehicle. Zombies definitely damage your vehicle. In standard, it's not much of an issue. You got to repair it every once in a while. go. Did you get your hand on those plague samples? Like I said before, I'll trade you fuel for the favor. I have just what you need. So, Chloe and Nick's standings went up greatly. She gave us a bundle of jerry cans, which I'm now wearing.
I'm glad you could help.
And you see on the upper left-hand side, the street folk are now friendly. Now this is where this comes in handy. Though. Let's talk. Learn about Survivor. You can learn a little bit about them. Can't see their traits, but you can see their skills. When they become allied, you can actually recruit them. If you recruit somebody from an enclave, that person will join, the other two disband, and that enclave is gone. So we can trade. Let's see what they have. They have ammo, a police baton, and some painkillers right now. When they become allied, they'll have more stuff available for us to trade, and that does change every day. Every day it refreshes. If you see on the trade upper right-hand side, they have 453 influence. So if I had more stuff to sell, I could actually sell to them until that 453 was gone. Let's go ahead and get back home real fast. Something I did not cover at the beginning, just because I was talking about other things, was the use of a survey site. Survey sites are neat. They're what gives you an idea of what's around you. So A button, hop the wall, makes a good survey site. Or I mean, makes a good outpost as well. If you want the radio
We have an offer if you'd meet us out here.
time decrease. This is such a long thing to climb. A little bit scary. A lot of times you're climbing billboards. They're normally not this tall, but again, this is a cell tower. So, there's my lootable.
Okay.
Oh, come on. And then I released it, of course. So, ooh, first aid kit. Wonderful. Weighs 10 pounds, extremely heavy, but it will wipe out all of your injuries and bring you to full health. Great stuff right there. So, from up here, when we have a weapon, I'm sorry, I didn't discuss this, a ranged weapon. Left trigger brings up the targeting reticle, allows you to target, right trigger will shoot. Now in this case, it's a good way of looking specifically at things, and up here, we aim, there we go. All these question marks tell me, what are these things? How they can figure this out in the middle of the night, I don't know. It's just game mechanics. But here we go.
I think that should be able to run.
There's a bar. What did we find? Oh, Brogan Rapscallion. It's like a Honda Civic. It's not my favorite of the Brogan series. So let's see. Ammo. What did we find there? What vehicle was that? A repair van. That's nice. I like upgraded repair vans even more. And we're filling up the site surveyed. It lets you know basically once everything that you can survey from a location has been surveyed, it will tell you. Now what we're doing here is gating information. When you don't know the map from previous experience, this is extremely useful. And what this is going to do, I'll show you in a moment when we bring up our map.
We could put an outpost there to good use.
Yeah, I want a meds outpost.
Okay, nothing more to
Boom,
see here.
all sites surveyed. Nothing more to see here. Why do I have two people here?
I'm so tired
Who is
of
Consuelo?
being on my own. I can't keep doing this.
Okay, apparently the survivor mission spawned at our location. That's the only reason she would be here. So let's learn about her. Okay. Right off the bat, looking at her health and stamina. Her stamina is higher than 100, which is starting, but her cardio is 6 out of 7, almost max. That's why it's high. So none of those traits give her bonuses. I believe each point of cardio gives 3 points of stamina, so 6 by 3, it's 18, 118. That all adds up there. Fighting adds like 4 points of health. So she does not have any traits that give her bonuses there. You see 2 traits once we bring her on, and she has the driving skill. The driving 5th skill is very nice. It's fun. Not necessary, but it can be very helpful. So we want more people anyway, even if she has negative traits. Join us, please. You can repay us by being a contributing member of our society. Now, I have fallen once from a high place. It did not kill me. It did a lot of damage, gave me an injury. Not fun. So when I go towards ladders, I just crouch, I sneak, and then you can go down. If you hold down the left bumper, boom. It's like sprinting, but instead. You should be able to do this without gloves, but hey. These are survivors of the apocalypse. They're extremely tough. I hear a Zed somewhere.
Sounds like company's
There they are. There they are. Ooh, firecrackers, always fun. Noise distractions are fun. Ooh, armored Zed. Harder to kill, because they've got armor, their helmet. Best to execute them, given the choice. Oh, she was going for the kill on that one. Cool, 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 cool. Wow. Give us some scraps of electronics.
Well, it's
Fast
not
search.
really anything
Yep,
special.
there we go. 10 scraps of circuitry. Excellent. I don't need to claim this place. But you know what? Let's see what's offered in here.
Reapers are
Come
coming
on.
now.
Gas can is good.
I know someone who'd love this.
Nope. Nope. No, no. There we go. Had to get out of there quickly. I don't eat my people.
I'm about to drop.
Sometimes aren't always the best. Yeah, stamina was down. They let you know. I'm about to drop. Oh, boombox. Fun. What's in here? And, oh, another firecracker. It'll stack with the one I had. So I actually had space for it. Could have switched to another character, but... Let's get back in the truck, get back to base. Workshop and infirmary should be complete. By the way, when people are riding in the back of your truck and you start doing some crazy spin outs and stuff like that, you can fling them out of the
I always
truck.
find the ugly ones.
It doesn't, like, actually... Ooh, 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 a screamer.
That one doesn't see us yet.
We're gonna smash him. They have no arms, glowing eyes, like glowing in a different way. And as you can see, they scream. And they summon everything around them in a certain radius. It can be particularly dangerous,
This is it. Welcome home.
especially at Dread and Nightmare.
You won't regret
So,
this.
just completed another mission by getting her back home. Alright. What's going on here? Nice. I love it when my people defend the base. It makes you happy, gives you a warm feeling. So, yes, I want to deposit the fuel rucksack. Let's deposit the ammo. That was key. Pro tip, I love keeping a can of gas in my vehicle. Because you get out there, you're on some longer runs and missions. You run out of gas and you're in a bad spot, maybe a depleted area, have trouble finding gas, you're just hoofing it. And that takes time and it's dangerous. Vehicles will get you out of situations quickly. Even in those hairy situations, you want to be calm. Make sure that you drive, don't spin out of control, just remain in control of the vehicle. So we did not discuss fifth skills. This particular character, Chloe, cardio, wits, fighting, shooting, she does not have a fifth skill right now. When we find the right skill book, we will train her. Now, let's go up to our community. Here we go. Judith. Okay. Consuelo, delivery driver, played rugby.
I had
So
this
far, these
aunt
just
who lived
affect
somewhere
skills,
around
none
here
of
who
the
was
trade.
some kind of survivalist. I wonder if she made it this time.
Driving gives bonuses to fuel efficiency, vehicle endurance, and stealth. It just makes driving an even better experience. Let's see. Chloe had nothing, but this... See, it's not what I was looking for. Normally, most of the non-quirk skills, these single star skills are referred to as quirk skills. Normally, the fifth skill will have up to 7 stars here, just like these others. And what I like to start out with is I like to have gardening, I like to have mechanics, and then after that, I tend to these because I like my hydroponics farms. But what I did is I I started out without using any of my legacies, which are bonuses you can get for finishing the game with specific leaders. And the Builder Legacy gives your base water and power, free of cost. And I normally use that because I've earned it, and it's great. But in this case, I wanted to just do this tutorial without any bonuses, anything extra. Clearing this trash, it'll open up that space for us to build something else. Might need some more materials. Let's go to Infirmary. What do I need? I need 5 cases of chemicals. I have the materials, but not the cases of chemicals. So, let's get some chemicals. Restrooms. Sometimes kitchen and houses. Houses produce random loot in a lot of different ways. You can't always be guaranteed of what you're going to find. So, restrooms, the right, sometimes some restaurants. But I'm hoping right down here, there's a medical clinic. I'm hoping it'll have what we want. Oh, I forgot something. Quick tip for anybody playing in Meager Valley. Right when you start out, there is a rare weapon case. Right near where you start. Front of the flower nursery on this flatbed semi-trailer. This type of weapon case. Ooh, oh, thank you so much. Prepper's AK, yes, I will take. And some ammo. Now all I need is a silencer. There we go. Oh, it has a silencer, that's right. A suppressor. It's a handmade suppressor, but that's okay. When we get a better one, we'll put it on it. Suppressors, you probably know, reduce the noise caused by gunshots, and that helps. So you're not bringing in as many Zeds. So, let's go. Ooh, I've got a horde coming in. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we got. Fight or flight. Oh, is that a screamer? That is a screamer. I hate it when they just stare around like that. There we go. That was the most important part. That was my girl. How you doing? Throw it a stomp there. Here for an execution to take him down. I knew that would alert this one, but I would have time to do that. Okay, that horde was not close enough to hear what was going on. Love it when that happens. Start playing some Dread and Nightmare and get used to... Ooh! Come on, dodge, girl.
Good one. Keep 'em coming.
Nice. You see how important it can be there. Knock them prone, and it takes them a little while to get up, so you can deal with other ones that might be trying to attack you while one of them's prone. Alright, let's go ahead and do... Okay, there's the rucksack of meds. Ooh, first aid kit. Nice. I cannot complain about how many first aid kits we've gotten. 2 in the last few minutes. Excellent. What do we got? Energy drink. That will give us a constant influx of stamina for a limited time. Alright, home headquarters just radio that it looks like there is a horde coming in. Which means if we don't go there, they'll be able to take care of it. But it's going to cost ammunition. It will cost us like a couple of our ammo. Knocking at the door, they get knocked over. If you open a door... on zombies as they're trying to get in, it will knock them over prone. It can be very fun to do. You can run through it. Knock them over. We're going to switch characters because she has full-on inventory. Come on, Judith. Judith has 4% blood plague infection. That means she has been hit by a zombie, plague zombie. Pro looting tip. Now watch, she's going to come through. Pro looting tip, close doors behind you. It gives you a bit of time to react, to know that zombies are there. coming in. Yes, they can jump through windows, but again, the sound will alert you. Oh, somebody had a blade in here.
I'm not gonna find anything else here.
Jugs of ethanol. We did not find any chemicals, did we? On the bar, you see those Z's, those 3 Z's? It's time for her to sleep. Now, she doesn't have to sleep. Oh, blood plague sample. Blood plague. These are important for us to make the cure. Here, parts, maybe electrical. Nope, just parts. Wits went up from searching. Wits you can increase with by searching and by performing stealth kills, stealth executions. On the right hand side you can see I still have just over 8 minutes before the zombies attack the base, but that's okay. I'm going to get back there. We're at 55 minutes on this stream, which is going to become a video as well. I hope to post. And let's get back to base. I do not want to lose any ammo resource. It will help fight it off. Shouldn't be a bad one. Before I go in, I can go ahead and unload everything.
I'm listening.
You're the boss.
Oh, what I was saying. So when you get tired, every action you do that takes stamina, that actually ends up lowering your max stamina by a little bit. Every single time, until you end up with a point where you have no stamina. Your character's running around clutching their sides, moving slower, between attacks, things like that. So what you do is you switch characters, because when you're not using a character and they're not following you, then what they're doing is they're resting. And after an amount of time, the fatigue goes away. Wounds and injuries can be healed. Damage taken will be healed. Blood plague infection goes down, unless it's full-blown blood plague. Survivors that get hit with infection, the percentage will rise until that bar fills up. At 100%, they have blood plague. And instead of a percentage bar, it becomes a timer. Now, while it's, I think, 2 or 3 hours in standard, it drops down in dread. Ooh. Time. It drops in dread, and in nightmare it goes down to like 10 minutes. You just have 10 minutes before your character dies and turns into a blood plague zombie, which really sucks. So, basically, before that time, you can give them the cure. The cure will help. Take this open, knock him over. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Execute you. Favorite execution with a blunt weapon. Just swat him across the head. Through, execute. Using execution does not lower the durability of your melee weapon, which is very nice. That's why a lot of times we'll do that. Veteran players will and execute. Ooh, nice, someone shot it. Beautiful. Again, don't worry about people at home using firearms. Unlimited ammo. So let's take a moment to pause here. Covered a little bit about bases. I'm not going into specific facility types right now. That can be on a different video if I really want to do it. But to get people started, you have a huge option with facilities. It'll tell you right here. You know, we already have a kitchen, but I mean, there are a decent amount of things you can build. They give various bonuses. I mean, we can... Watchtower is always good. Has someone manned. It reduces the threat level, and you end up with a couple people up there with guns that are watching over the place, and just shoot at things that get within range. There are a lot of different options to base building. A lot of different routes you can go. I like having sustainable bases where I'm not relying on looting to provide everything that your people need to survive. Let's see, communities, you can navigate through here at home. Okay, yeah, see Judith. Sorry, let's go switch to Chloe. Or am I using a follow? Consuelo, because I think Chloe was following. So, here we go. Talked about base, the supply locker a little bit as you're doing stuff here with this gun. Let's see, you can repair from here. Something that needs repair. I was trying to find something. But basically it'll give you an option on the lower right hand side. It'll tell you what button to press to repair.
Yes?
Let's see, actually.
I'm right behind you.
Judith. You can repair from the workshop, or you can do it while you're in your supply locker. You can do this in your supply locker from an outpost. She doesn't need anything repaired either. So. But she does need to sleep, so we'll switch back and dismiss follower. Rest. We'll carry on the fight from here. So other than that, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If I do, maybe I'll do a second video sometime, answer some questions that people have. And until then, enjoy the game. Kill some zombies for me, and maybe we'll have a party sometime.